What's up, everybody? Welcome to In This Economy. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Sam, as always. How are you doing today, buddy?
Happy Super Bowl week, Matty.
We made it, and you know what? I'm actually a little preemptively depressed because once this weekend is over, we don't really have too much to look forward to in the betting world, right?
We don't, but it doesn't matter. We got this weekend. We're going to have a good time. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get this bread.
Yeah.
So this episode is primarily going to be about betting. If you came here for omega-3s, I'm sorry. We'll be back to that next week. But we'll be talking about primarily just about the Super Bowl today. We will have some stuff on the caucus, not only because of the name, but because it is important.
Yeah, the Iowa Caucus. We're actually hitting like election season really hard, and this one is particularly interesting because Bernie Sanders is crazily favored to win on the 3rd of February, which is when the caucus is going on. So if you look at Predict It, and we've talked about this website before, so I'm not going to explain it. You all know what it is. But you go on there and you look at the Iowa Caucus. Bernie Sanders is sitting at 64 cents right now, and Biden is trailing at 26. And, you know, it's much closer to a coin flip.
You know, would you call the Iowa... would you call that a hard caucus?
It's gonna be an intense race. I'll tell you that much, Sam. And you know, trailing in 3rd and 4th, we have Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg, the mayor from South Bend. And really, what I think I'm gonna do to play this is I'm going to bet no on like Elizabeth Warren because I don't think she stands any kind of chance, especially Pete Buttigieg. I don't think he stands a chance either. So.
I'm going heavy Biden.
You think
give me all the Biden.
Really?
He's gonna play the Obama card better than anyone's ever played the Obama card.
So if anybody's gonna do it, he will. But he still hasn't had an endorsement from Obama.
He will.
You think he will before February 3rd?
No, I don't.
Oh, me neither.
But maybe they could bet on it.
I mean, if you think, you know, and I do think it's closer to a coin flip between Bernie and Biden. So Biden would be the bet with the most reward potential, but I don't know. I think because it's so tough to really know who's going to win, I would rather short the others.
It's a difficult caucus.
It's difficult caucus. Anyway, so that's going on February 3rd. Definitely get on Predict It and mess around with that. But if I make any plays, you know, last minute things, I'll definitely tweet that out at our Twitter account, which you can find. It's at EconomyPod. And then the next one is the New Hampshire primary on February 11th. So I think those will be fun to bet once we see the results from the Iowa caucus. And with that, you know, let's just get to the fun stuff, right? We're talking Super Bowl.
It is
Niners.
Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
Niners, Chiefs. We got Andy Reid, who looks like a walrus. He's the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
We got Coach Kyle Shanahan, who looks like Kendall from Succession. For all you HBO fans. Yeah. Well, fun fact about both of those two. Yeah. So we got a whole lot of bets. Super Bowl is probably one of the biggest betting weekends of the year. It is so fun to do. Yeah. We're having people over at my house, and Matt's going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
We're going to throw a bunch of money in a bunch of these bets, and hopefully we'll win some of it.
I think so. I mean, the Niners... Okay, so it's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, if you've been paying any attention at all, it's going to be a very good game.
This is the matchup that we want. If you're a football fan, this is exactly the matchup you wanted.
Yeah, for sure. Just great football. You know, Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy G, they're going to be putting on a real spectacle for all of us.
Yeah, they really are. And you know what? Vegas thinks so too. They set the over-under on this at 54.5 points. So roughly 8 touchdowns total.
Right.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that as our very first bet. What we're doing today is we're actually going to write down what our bets are, and we're going to check to see how we did, and we'll report back to you guys on next week's episode. And I added a third bettor to our mix this time, my wife, Casey.
Shout out to Casey.
Shout out, Casey. We will see how she did on this, and we'll take it from there. A winner gets bragging rights, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, a Chipotle burrito.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about
That's
rewards.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we'll start with the over-under. Again, the over-under is 54.5, meaning 55 points wins you the over, 50 54 points or less gets you the under. It is minus 110 to win 100, meaning you have to throw $110 in there to win $100. So I have the under, surprisingly, on this game. I know, Matt, you're rolling with me on this.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I think that there is just a lot of people are buzzing thinking they're going to score a lot of points. Both these teams have really good defenses, and I think that a few of these players are going to be a little nervous, and I think we're going to see some drops. I think we're going to see a lot of field goals where we should have seen touchdowns. So I think the final score is going to be 28 to 24.
You have an actual prediction of the final score?
That's what I think. I think the final score is going to be 28-24. I think the 49ers take it. But yeah, 28-24.
Jesus, that's very bold.
Yeah, I'm taking the under on this. Maddie, you are too.
Yeah, my opinion, same thing. I think, Super Bowl, both teams have great defenses, and it's just going to be tough for them to really put up those kinds of points.
For those keeping score at home, Casey is on the over. So she wants a wild game. Yeah, real contrarian. That brings us to the second bet, which is just who's going to win the game. The game is, as of right now, is a pick'em. It started at a Chiefs minus 1.5, and what they call is smart money, meaning bettors have bet down the game to the point of where now it's a pick'em. It is a little bit favored actually towards the Chiefs, so it's there's no point spread, but the Chiefs are minus 115, which is you have to bet 115 for the Chiefs to win 100, whereas the Niners are minus 105, meaning you bet 105 for the Niners and you win $100. I think we're all in agreement here. We're riding with the 49ers. You know we would, and you know what this is? This is my bet of the week.
Oh, yeah.
This is my can't miss.
This is the can't miss.
This is the can't miss bet of the week. I really think the Niners are going to take it. I am so excited to watch this happen. So go ahead and get your money.
Now, both offenses are good. Do you think it's going to be the defensive struggle that puts the Niners on top?
I really do. I think the Niners obviously have the number one defense in the league, so I think that plays a role in it. I think the Chiefs' defense is sneaky good. I think they're a bit underrated. Their stats weren't as good as the team was, if that makes any sense. They have a lot of good playmakers, and they were hurt for most of the year. Now both teams are really healthy. So I think the defenses are a little more aligned than people think. That being said, the 49ers have the best defensive line in football. I think that's going to be a huge difference maker. I also think, just from a play calling perspective, even though Andy Reid is a genius and he's an offensive genius, I think Kyle Shanahan is going to scheme things up for the 49ers that are going to be really cool for us to see. We've been running, by we, I mean the 49ers, have been running all playoffs, and people have almost forgotten how good our pass game could be. We have George Kittle, Emmanuel Sanders, and my main man, Deebo Samuel. All those guys are huge playmakers with a lot of playmaking potential, and I just don't think the Chiefs will have an answer for it.
Hey, fair enough. I do not know the teams to that kind of detail, but I do have a good feeling about Jimmy G. He's just going to bring it.
I agree with you. So, one of the funnest parts about the Super Bowl is prop bets. Right. So, have some prop bets for you guys, and obviously we wrote down what we wrote, or who we bet rather, and we'll take it from here. So we'll start, speaking of Jimmy G and Patrick Mahomes, we'll start with how they're going to perform. I have Jimmy G's over-under pass yards as 239.5, meaning 240 yards and over, you win the over, 239 yards and under, you win the under. So Vegas actually thinks he's going to be he's going to be over by the odds. So the over is minus 130, meaning 130 wins you 100. The under is minus 110, meaning 110 wins you 100. So, Matt, what do you think? You think Jimmy G is going to be over or under the 239.5?
I think he's going to come in under.
Under 239 yards, huh? And they're still going to win the game?
And they're still going to win the game.
What a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to, they got to use all their tools in their arsenal. They're going to be running the ball. They're going to be doing all sorts of crazy types of gymnastics to get that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, crazy gymnastics, somersaults and all. So, so Casey's actually riding with you on this. She thinks you're going to go under. I'm actually going on the over. I think people are forgetting how good Jimmy G actually is and can be. And again, they have abandoned their pass game the last 2 weeks because they haven't needed it. The Chiefs are going to scheme for the 49ers run game, and that is when the 49ers are going to go off on the pass game. I'm saying Jimmy G is going to go 275 yards. That being said, now we have TD passes for Jimmy G. Vegas has these at the over-under is set at 1.5, so you either think he's going to throw one TD pass or more than one. That's basically it. Vegas actually has the over at -155. So they actually they think he's going to do it. They think he's going to throw two or more. And the under is 105. What do you think, Maddie?
Yeah, I concur with Las Vegas. He's going to deliver.
I think so too.
In that way. Yeah.
I think he gets two at least. I think he's going to throw two pass TDs. I think we're going to be surprised by who he passes him to, but I think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Now it's our guy for Patrick Mahomes boy.
Must watch football.
He must watch. Man, he's got the most fun arm in the game. Yeah. I've never seen anyone throw the ball like him. That kind of athleticism. He's like a mix of Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Like, he is so good. He's so fun to watch. And he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, you love that.
You love that.
Yeah, just a nice little peppy thing.
Yeah.
Through the interview.
Hey guys, I'm here. Just getting in the huddle now. Yeah. That was a terrible Kermit impression. I'm sorry. So the Vegas thinks much higher of Patrick Mahomes than they do of Jimmy G. Yeah. They have the over-under set at 309.5 yards. So 310 to hit the over. And they actually think he's going to hit under by the odds a little bit. It is -130 for the under, and it is -110 for the over. Maddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to come in under. I think that's way too ambitious given the defensive stronghold that the 49ers are going to put up.
I completely agree with you. I wish we didn't agree so much, but I mean, that's just how I feel. I agree with you. I think the Niners are going to pressure him. I don't think they're going to get to him that much because he's really athletic, but I think they're just going to get in his way just enough for him to have some incomplete passes, for him to just throw it out. So I just don't see him hitting over 309 yards. So I have the under as well. Casey, however, again, she wants a big game. Huh. She got the over.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. And Vegas set his TD passes at 2.5, so 3 TDs. And they think, they actually think he's going to go under because it's -140 for the under, and it's -105 for the over. Right. What do you think's going to happen, Maddie?
Yeah, I think he's going to come in under. I think they're just, in the scheme I have in my head, and I have a very specific way how I think this game is going to get played out. And there's no way he's gonna throw 3 TDs. Again, the Niners, Nick Bosa. Need I say any more?
Man, I'm shook right now because pre-podcast you actually said he was gonna go over.
Yeah, so I think I was feeling just way too generous.
Yeah, so you're right. So you and I agree on this as well now.
Oh, there we go.
So I think he's going to go under, but I actually think it for a different reason. I think that he's going to get him to the goal line, and then I think that they're going to run it in. I think we're just going to stop them right on there, and when they do score touchdowns, I believe that they will actually be running touchdowns. I know it's strange. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling that could be completely off. But you know what? The contrarian that she is, Casey, she went over on the TD passes. She thinks Patrick Mahomes is going to have 3 or more, and she just wants a very exciting, big-time game.
Jeez, we're so contrarian to Casey. I mean, I don't want her to feel too bad if she loses all of these bets.
But... I mean, no burrito for her, right? Yeah. So we got a few more of these. We got the team to score first. So in this entire game, what team scores first?
Oh, yeah.
Vegas believes that this will likely be the Chiefs, but it's not by much. It's Chiefs -125, Niners -115. Maddie, you said that you think the Chiefs are going to score first, huh?
Yeah. I think they're going to come out hot, and then it's all going to fall apart. But I think the Chiefs will score first. But obviously, the coin toss has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. I believe that the 49ers will score first, and so does Casey. And that being said, what do you think is going to be the first scoring play? So they gave you a few options, and these are pretty cool. This is a really fun bet, in my opinion. This is one that I would recommend everyone takes, not necessarily making the same bet I make, but I would definitely bet on the first scoring play. So the odds are 49ers TD or Chiefs TD. It's up to you, but both pay out plus 175. A 49ers or Chiefs field goal is plus 225. And a 49er safety or Chiefs safety is plus $3,200. I don't think this is a very smart bet. I wouldn't bet safety, but I personally believe that the 49ers are going to get a field goal, so they're going to score first. That's going to be the first scoring play of the entire game. It's going to be a field goal by the 49ers. Casey's riding with me on that one. And Matt, you think the Chiefs are going to score a field goal first, huh?
Yeah. So I think they're going to get real excited, get it pretty far down the field, but I don't think Mahomes is going to deliver on that rush. So they're going to kick a field goal.
That's going to help with our under bet too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it all goes back into the, we both mapped out the game in a similar way.
There's levels to it.
Yeah.
Then a lot of people, if anyone's been listening to any of those sports shows or sports talk radio or anything like that, they're saying that the team to score last is going to win this game, right? Everyone keeps saying it. So that being said, who do you think is going to be the team to score last? Now, Vegas, they think this is straight up even, which is minus 120. They believe both for the 49ers or Chiefs. I think the 49ers are going to score last. I think it really is going to come down the last final few minutes of the game. It usually does. And I think the 49ers are going to deliver. I think Jimmy G is going to live up to that contract. And I think I am going to celebrate with a flabango.
A flabango and multiple hundreds of dollars of bills.
At this point, it'll be thousands.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think also the 49ers are going to be the last to score. And it's just going to be a real coming together for us at the house.
Yeah.
And the team on the screen.
A lot of hugs.
Yeah.
A lot of hugs going down. Casey's honest with this as well. So all three of us think that the team to score last is going to be the 49ers. Now, this one is a pretty boring one, but it has to be done. And it's the team that's going to punt first. So what team do you think is going to be the first team that punts first? So Vegas actually believes that this is going to be the 49ers, which is minus 125. And the Chiefs are minus 115 on this. I think that the Chiefs are going to punt first for those defensive reasons we gave earlier. I think the 49ers defense is going to come out pumped. And I think that the Chiefs are going to have to punt first.
It's sad, but it's true. Yeah, totally concur.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're in agreement there. So is Casey. This does contradict your Chiefs field goal a little bit, Maddie. However, that basically just means that the Chiefs could score a field goal, the 49ers could score a field goal, and then the Chiefs could punt, and you could still win this bet. So it's whoever punts first. They don't have to punt on their first possession. Right. It's just whatever team punts first.
And this is going to be a complicated game. Yep. There's no question.
Football's a very complicated game.
It just is, right?
Game of inches, they say.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like the caucus.
Like our Iowa caucus.
Team with the most sacks. So this one is stacked heavily for the 49ers. So I'm actually calling this my trap bet of the week.
This is the trap.
Yeah, this is the trap. So the 49ers minus 150 on this, and the Chiefs are plus 105, meaning you have to bet 150 if you think the 49ers are going to have more sacks to win 100, and if you bet 100, you win 105 if the Chiefs have more sacks. Now, this is more sacks total. Hear me out here.
Okay.
This is a little strange. So I do believe that the 49ers do have a better defense. I think the 49ers have the best defense. That being said, Jimmy G gets sacked a lot.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to walk into a lot of sacks. I think that's just what's going to happen. I think the Niners are going to have to throw a little more than what they've been used to. And because they're going to do that, he's going to get sacked a lot. And I think the Chiefs are going to win you this bet. So I'm actually taking the Chiefs on this bet. I know you disagree because you're a big Bosa guy.
Love Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Love everything he stands for. I mean, maybe not everything, but most. I think I agree that it could be a trap, but I don't like to hear the things that you're saying about, their defense not being able to protect Jimmy G.
Yeah. Casey's with you on this.
Right.
Yeah, you mean the offensive line not protecting
Yeah,
we understand. The fans get it. So, plus we'll cut this one out. So, I agree with you, or I don't agree with you, but Casey does. She thinks the 49ers will have more sacks. I'm riding with the Chiefs on this. Then we have one that's the first offensive play. So it's either going to be a pass or a run. Vegas is very heavily stacked, thinking it's going to be a run. They have the run at minus 155. Yeah. They pass at 105. It doesn't matter what team is doing this. Again, this is just the first offensive play of the game. I think it's going to be a run. Mm-hmm. It's just that's a very safe way to do it. They want to test the waters. They want to see what the defense is doing. So I see the first play being a run.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I just think you're so far down the field. Why not get a few yards quickly by trying to run the ball?
Yeah. Casey's on pass on this one.
Of course she is.
Yeah, of course. Contrarian. Now, this is a really fun one, and that is the team that scores first wins. So, yes is minus 190, so that means that it doesn't matter who, but whoever scores first wins the game. You have to bet 190 to win 100. If you think the team that scores first does not win the game, it is 100 wins you 135, so it's plus 135. Matt, you're on that.
Yeah.
You're on the no.
Yeah, I'm on no, because I do think that the Chiefs are going to try and run up the ball. I think they're going to try and get their stupid touchdown, but then they're going to have to kick a field goal, and it will be successful. But then the dominance of the 49ers comes in.
Okay. So that could happen. I'm on yes. I think the team that scores first is going to win, and I think that's going to be a 49ers field goal. Casey's riding with me on this, and I have a little fun fact for you people. So, in the history of all the Super Bowls, there's been 53. This is the 54th Super Bowl. The team that scores first has won 36 of the 53.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Pretty high percentage.
Damn.
So,
okay. You're making me rethink mine.
Sorry, pal. You can't do it. You're riding on this. The people heard it. So, 36 out of 53 times so far, the team that scores first has won. Now, the rule of statistics, however, is past results does not mean future results.
True.
So that doesn't really mean much, but it should help a little bit. Then going into that, who do you think is going to, or not who do you think, but what do you think is going to be the coin toss, heads or tails?
Yeah, I have heads, but again, 50-50 chance, so I don't hold too much stock into my prediction here.
Yeah, I got heads as well. So does Casey. Heads or tails for you people keeping score with numbers is all minus 105. So you bet 105 to win 100. Doesn't matter which option you choose.
Right.
We're all riding with heads. The last 2 years have been tails, but I think this is time for a switch. The next bet is: will the team that wins the toss win the game?
Right.
So, yes or no is both 105 to win 100. I'm on yes. I think the team that is going to win the coin toss is going to win this game. You're on no.
I'm contrarian. Yeah. Because I have it all mapped out, right? So, Chiefs are going to win the coin toss, and that's going to lead this drive that I explained before, and then it'll all work out in the Niners' favor.
Man, what a visual.
Yeah, well, I feel like you really need to map it out. So you really, you sit there, you do your analytics, you weigh the pros and cons, and then you come up with the best bets you can. And this is what I got.
I get it. So I have another little fun fact. So Casey's riding with you on the no, by the way.
Okay.
So of all the Super Bowls that have been played, all 53, the team that has won the coin toss has lost more than they've won. So it's 24 to 29. So that means that they've won 24 out of 53, or they've lost 29 of 53, however you want to phrase it. But basically, they have lost more times than they've won. That goes with the teams that have won coin tosses.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Again, that's just further proof that past results don't really mean anything. But I have another fun fact about this.
Hit me.
The 49ers have won 5 Super Bowls. They have gone to the Super Bowl 6 times.
Ooh.
Okay. One of which I was there, 2013.
Nice.
So in the 2013 loss, which is the 49ers' only loss in the Super Bowl.
You showed up and they lost.
Yeah, you hate to see that. They actually lost that coin toss. However, in the other of the 5 Super Bowls they did win, they won the flip or the coin toss 4 of those 5 times. So statistically speaking, if they win this coin toss, they're probably going to win the game.
Yikes. I mean, that's a live bet.
It's a live bet. I'm
going to take that.
Yeah. If they win the coin toss, go ahead and mortgage your house.
Right.
That's a juicy bet. You can't miss it.
You can't.
You can't miss it. And then we have the last bet. This is a pretty fun one. It's the Gatorade color. So your team wins. They dump the Gatorade on the coach. So in this particular case, probably going to be Kyle Shanahan. Although it would be really funny to see Andy Reid wet with Gatorade.
The walrus, right?
Yeah, looks like a walrus. To have a walrus just dripping in Gatorade would be very funny for me. These odds are pretty strange, but they're all winners, so they all are plus money. So there's a lot of them, so I'm going to read them off pretty quick. Purple plus 120, red plus 300, yellow green plus 375, clear or water 700, orange is plus 750, none meaning they don't do the Gatorade toss at all is plus 900, and blue, which is my personal favorite flavor if anyone wants to send me some Gatorade, plus 1100. Plus 1100.
Wow.
So, Maddie, you're on purple.
Yeah, but now that I see those odds, I kind of feel like it's a dumb bet. I should go with blue or whatever.
You're going to go blue?
I mean, I kind of want to change it now, but I understand we have rules in this game.
Yeah, you have rules, so you can't. So you're on purple.
Yeah.
Casey's on yellow-green, which I actually was going to do this, and then I made a change because I just remember thinking it's always going to be yellow-blue, and then what I always see is orange, which is what I'm on. So
I think I remember seeing orange.
Yeah, last year I think it was orange. So here's another of my last of the final fun facts. So of all of these, since they've been tracking this, there is 3, I guess, flavors you'd say that have the most winnings. They're tied for the most winnings. None, so they either haven't done it, orange, or clear/water. They have all won 4 times.
Wow.
So 12 wins since they've been tracking has been those 3 flavors. However, yellow-green is a close second with 3.
Okay.
So something to consider as you're making these bets. I hope you ride with us. We are going to tally up who wins. And again, there is a Chipotle burrito on the line here. So high stakes.
Yeah.
We also got hundreds of dollars on the line here too. So even more high stakes. I'm so pumped for this game. I know this is not like our regular episodes that you guys are used to listening. We will be back to your regular scheduled podcast next week. We are recording this on a Friday, so I apologize for the delayed podcasting. Matt's been closing deals all week.
Yeah. We had a meeting in Palm Springs, so I had to schmooze with some fat cats up there, but it was good, and should get back to the regular schedule moving forward. But I can't wait. It's gonna be a great Sunday. Gonna get some great food. Gonna get some great bets, and definitely follow us on Twitter at EconomyPod, and you're gonna see all of our live updates and things like that. So.
We might even get a pick off. We'll see what happens.
Oh, sure.
Maybe picks a pig or a pick of the pigs in a blanket we're going to be eating. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
Next week, we will talk about options trading with Matt. He is finally going to talk about the options and how to do them. And you guys will have options.
Yeah.
So please subscribe to the pod. Tell your friends. Bet with us. Interact with us on Twitter. Add us on Twitter at EconomyPod. Email us at economypodcast@gmail.com. It's at economypod@gmail.com. God damn it. And thank you all so much.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.